Hello, you smacks people, this is Rustin, back to another video of Stories of Past Destinies. As you can see, we still have 6 endings to go through this bullshit. And after that, we're done. So, hopefully I can finish this by the end of this month. Because we're about to do this story. Story 15 and 16 ends. Oh god. We're gonna get a shoot anybody, yeah.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble.
Oh god.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed
We're
a
almost
game changer.
done.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Bernardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, we just need like 5 endings, guys. 5 more parts. Well, actually, made us. Made that. Yeah, we're almost done. Just checking this guy.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time, Bernardo was sure he could master it. And so, Bernardo went ostrich hunting.
Skip that, we already know.
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Let's go kill some fucking crows, guys. I knew I could not arsenic. Because I like this a lot.
Ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
Alright, serious. Alright, so I don't know what to get, guys, after this. I'm gonna swim, but this combo thing is nice. I'll be back in front back here.
Renado wondered if he could learn to cook this way. Probably not.
Alright. Let's see. We can get more health, we can get, you know, more resistance. I mean, we already maxed out this. Or we could just max out this. Or we could just go for, you know, the, screw it. Let's go with the, you know, this one. So we almost, I think we're gonna get everything else. Just around like 3 points or one, so I guess it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we got this. I don't want to text this. Apparently you like... it's a shortcut or a long way. But I'll take it.
Cannon trap.
Ow.
Who doesn't love being shot at by cannons? And who kept these things loaded anyway?
Holy shit, actually works. Nice. Ow. This is a shortcut, I think. Nice. And when we get the evil stone, we can get a boost with our XP. No? Doesn't matter, it's getting worse. Michael, I saw you there. God damn it, I love it.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renado was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. Ravens, at least, could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
After this I can take a shower and stop it here. And yeah. God damn it. And yeah, I'm just gonna play the one part, guys. Because I have work tomorrow. So I was playing Destiny and I'm gonna play a little bit more.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up.
Yep, we already know.
It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. Kill the Emperor's daughter. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "To the core," said the stone anxiously.
Oh, guys.
What you want. But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it. The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there. The moment he landed the Farfarer, Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Fu school together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself, except the biggest one, that she was the Emperor's daughter. No, kill Zenobia, whispered the stone. Before it's too late. The waterfall was spectacular. Well, you had to enjoy these things as they came. We pass this way but once. Wait a second.
Damn, we just killed everyone right now.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time. The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. "You're weak," whispered the stone. "The core will kill you." "Are you afraid of it?" "No, don't be ridiculous," it chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you so much as carry it, and if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Renato did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards. To everything,
Oh,
there is a
shit.
season.
I died.
Turned over and died.
God damn it. Nice, look at me out. Alright, we better know what happens here, so now
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. No! It consumed too much power. We'll never rip a hole in he had a sudden vision. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy.
Let's see what we
But
have
among
to.
the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he? As the Farfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Renato watched sparks fly out of the core. The Iblis stone sucked them in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Renato. Well, the scientists would explain it all. This time, Renato was sure he'd figured out how to use the core safely.
So yeah, guys, we're almost done with this game. Which is like, I don't know, this video now. So hopefully I get the other 5 endings like another time.
See? He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero. To ignore the naysayers and the oddmakers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing.
You sure about that?
He wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
I still like he went out his way to literally kill everyone. Let me just be running this ending. It's all really just treasure. Like literally, he just killed everyone of his friends. Like in the other one, the ending 15 when he becomes emperor. I was hoping of that. I literally was hoping to get anything like that, and I did.
Renato had never felt better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another. The Iblis Stone and the Skyripper Core. 2 artifacts from the time of legends. Renato was becoming a legendary hero, wasn't he? He had enough power to save the rebellion, but he had to understand this power, so he would not misuse it.
Damn it. I hate this. Holy shit, that was awesome. I just obliterated everyone there. I could have had this ending done game done so many times. But like I said, I gotta sidetrack with other games. Oh yeah, I'm not done with this game.
The toads at the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Renato. No more thieving planet souls. But the core is not an unlimited energy source, said one toad. Another said, there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone. If the stone doesn't actually feed on souls, claimed a third, but on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload. This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
Alright, this time we're gonna go to the mountains.
One thing he understood from all the toad arguments. Maybe the stone did not feed on blood, or souls, or rage. It fed on empathy. It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him. If he could find peace, then he could use the power of the Ibla Stone without being taken over by its evil. Yes, that was the way to defeat the Ibla Stone. The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there.
I have a bad feeling about this. I mean, I love the evil one when when Lapino was like, you idiot, they didn't even know what the base was.
The mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
No matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it.
Bruh.
Not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of Eldritch energy. He wasn't feeling the Ibla Stone.
Nah, but for real, I think the best thing is where Lapino were like, they didn't even know what the replaying was. He didn't even know. He went crazy with power. Renato went crazy with power. Still one of the best ones. We're gonna change this game. That's what it's fine. No, I think I just killed a lot of people at this point. It has a longer path to take, if I'm not mistaken.
The stone was still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? Something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out.
Oh boy. I just heard that and they were going to come car. Well, I'm also I still has to be a favorite.
The Iblis Stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Ronaldo enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Ronaldo was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction, but it would have to wait.
Oh boy.
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. To fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage.
Does your soul need fixing?
Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately, he told the sage.
You're a fox,
said Calaveras.
and to kill birds is part of your nature. Just take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly?
It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a
Okay,
child.
let me get this straight.
There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet.
Let me get this straight.
He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead.
Being a
Wood,
fox,
tar,
then it's okay for me to kill birds because it's my
the fleet
nature.
smelled good somehow. He was ready. He was ready.
Alright. That makes sense. If it's in my nature to kill foxes. No, just kidding. No, I mean ravens, to kill ravens, since I'm a fox. And it's in my nature. I mean, just makes
Ronaldo
sense.
had it all squared away in his
Why am I
head.
with up in those
He
nature?
would kill the Emperor. Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret. But the victims had spoken to Ronaldo. The ghosts had spoken. No. No anger. Ronaldo could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero. A hero strives. Ronaldo would just be one with everything. The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work, but okay. Whatever they say, I guess.
But the more he thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief. Grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to prevent violence.
I'm back here.
How?
I have a bad feeling this is not going well for any of us. Ah shit. Ah shit, what do we do? Holy shit. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Let's see how we die this time. God damn, it's not going well.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Probably. That was it. Alright, let's go, son. They had defense.
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment.
Oh boy.
His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples. No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head. I might not have thought this through properly. Thought Renado's head as it rolled around the deck and died.
Oh, what the fuck? That was so fucking. Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. Oh shit. Oh, like, wait, we gotta like. Oh shit, that was messed up. You know what? I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. We just had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ends more. God damn it. That was horrible. Oh.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
Subscribe guys, like my video, follow me on Instagram, Twitter,
The rebellion
let me know,
was in
and
trouble.
follow my
Ravens were
book.
scouting for the secret
Go check it
rebel
out.
base.
And yeah,
They needed a
love y'all.
game changer.